Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right. Don't laugh. I'm going to try to make this a short one. I said don't laugh. Okay. First off, as we get rolling into this Wednesday, as you guys know, I'm sure, unless your head is buried in the sand. Oh, and speaking of heads buried in the sand, say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hey, that's not nice. You're right, it's not nice. Anyway, Miss Dolly Parton. Wow, what a light. I was listening to Pam Gregory a couple days ago, and in her astrology podcast, she was talking about a spiritual leader that could leave the planet. And she was saying that with these aspects in the sky, it's an indication of a spiritual leader leaving. And when Dolly left, I thought, she's the spiritual leader. I mean, look what she's done. It's phenomenal. You know, she shares her wealth. She gives tons of books out. I don't really follow her that well, but that was the thought that immediately came to my head. So she's with the angels. She's with her husband. Cool. Yay. Not cool that she's gone from this planet, but that she's with her husband, that she's hanging out there. I do not tap into discarnate spirits right away. Unless they come to me. I don't ask to come visit them or ask them to step close. But as soon as I heard of her passing, it was not a surprise yet, going, oh, here I am. A little bit of a surprise. And it was just joyful. Just leave it like that. So, thank you, Dolly, for all the laughs and music and all that good stuff. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to look into, because Dolly is up in the stars, in the heavens, let's pull some Starseed Oracle cards and say, hey, of those who have departed and who are hanging out in the stars, and I'm not just talking about Dolly, we have had a lot of people leave our plane of existence. What is a 3-card message that they have to share with us? And when we get into this, you know, it's like we hear things differently than how they're presented. So we hear things that we need to hear. And so these cards will tell us things that we need to hear, and they'll be different for each person. At least that's my experience. So, 3 cards from the departed loved ones who want to share with us from the stars. 3 cards. First card we get. I should look at this before I hold it up, because I can't read backwards. I know. Psychic Duck, can you read backwards? Yeah, but I got my head in the sand. Oh, damn. I think I pissed Psychic Duck off. Okay. Lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Can you imagine what would happen when we lift the veil and we go through, and then we're looking at everything from a different set of lenses? Question everything. Anything unaligned must go. So that, to me, I love that, because there's so much stuff that's unaligned that I'm just letting go of. I got an email from Michelle, and thank you for kids. And she was talking about APAC and Hakeem Jeffries and who's the other unaligned guy that I don't think about, Kushner. And she mentioned Heather Cox Richardson talking about that meeting. And Heather Cox Richardson says, that's not in my wheelhouse. I don't care. You know, that's between Hakeem and the conference and how he gets in there and all this stuff. And she had a really good point of view on that, as she does. I mean, she's fairly level-headed. Don't tell her I said that. It'll go to her head. No, you know, so, but that's just her opinion on this. So there are things that we should be really, really involved with, and other things, it's not aligned with us. You know, that is of the Democratic Conference, and if it's really important to you, you can go talk to email, make your 5 calls. Let's move on. From the stars, from our star family card. You're part of a team of souls, call and support. So when we're thinking of our departed loved ones, those who have departed, and I certainly would include Dolly in there because she was such a giver. And as she gets settled in up there, as she opens the veil and goes, whoa, look what I got available to me. She is certainly one that I would think would be available for a call. Call in your support. So again, this is a reminder for me, call in your angels. Ask your angels for support and things. And a lot of times we can ask our angels for the silliest things. Could you help me find my keys? I was going to go sideways. I was going to go south. All right. And then we are the Hathors. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Wow. Okay, I wanted to make sure I got this right. The Hathors is a major Egyptian goddess of love, beauty, music. I don't know. Sounds to me that Dolly's up there going, hey, I'll talk to you, Danny. Thank you. Thank you. So, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So I really feel like what this star energy is saying for us departed loved ones is we're not doing this alone. There's a lot of questions that we are opening the veil to, that we are letting go of, that aren't aligned with us. So what is it that we're aligned with? And we look at the news and all that crazy cycle-ish stuff that I'm going to get to a little bit later, and it's like, is that what we want? Do we want to continue that cycle? No, I don't think so. We want to continue what this new birth is. We want Dolly to give us that goddess of love song and birthing a new energy. All right. So thank you, Starseed Oracle. Thank you, those departed loved ones' messages. Excellent. All right. Psychic Duck, you talking to me anymore? Yeah, I am. I was just joking. I know. Psychic Duck knows I have a warped sense of humor. All right, so looking at the headlines now, one of the things that got me, Graham. So she won in, let's see, I have this up. She won down in the Carolinas, North Carolina, I think, South Carolina. And it's a Senate position. I'm going to go back to Heather Cox Richardson. When Plattner left the main campaign, people were saying, "Hey, Heather, why don't you run?" And she said, I mean, she's smart. She could do an excellent job. And she goes, "That's not my skill set at the moment." My phrasing on that. Not that she couldn't, thank you, but that she would want to build up to that because it's such a huge position. So she would want to build, do some local political office, maybe go into a more a state office, and then maybe the House of Republicans, and then the Senate, or whatever, however that path led her. But it wasn't just jumping into the Senate. So Graham, Darlene, is jumping into the Senate. And, you know, God knows we have enough idiots running the country that we don't need, and I'm not saying she is one, but people without experience, and not to name names or anything, Kegseth, Kash Patel, Bassett, that guy drives me nuts. Can I just throw that out there? That guy, yikes. I mean, they all drive me nuts. But, you know, he has this smirk on his face like, "You don't know what you're doing." And I'm like, "No, you don't know what you're doing." We're all pointing fingers at each other. "No, you don't know." Okay. So I just don't see Graham as holding up in South Carolina. But they're, you know, because people are so loyal to their party, that she's got a good chance of getting in, which is just, it's just crazy. She doesn't know about national security. Like, what? Well, then again, you look at who's in our NSA, okay, follows right along. All right, so the other thing I wanted to look at real quick, and I keep going back to this, and this is, come on, has anybody's internet just been slow as hell? We got a lot of solar spots coming. This is just, it's real bizarre for me because I'm pulling up my internet and it's, I mean, it's slow. All right, so the thing that I wanted to look at was from the Hopium Chronicles. Democrats are trusted more on 8 of the 12 issues. And he listed 12 issues. And one of the issues that just shocked me was deportations. Is that an issue in the US? Deportations? I'm like, oh, for God's sakes. So, you know, we have healthcare, government funding, elections, prices, inflation, trade with other countries, jobs and economy, foreign policy. Democrats all win on that. Okay. Then it goes deportations. We're so screwed. Immigration. So the Republicans are leading +1 on both of those issues, or issues. And then crime and public safety. I still don't get this one. Republicans are leading by 4. Crime and public safety. Who is the criminal in chief? The Republicans elected a criminal, a rapist, according to New York City. That's their definition. Okay. He had to pay a lot of money civilly for it. Has he paid that yet? I know that it has been going back and forth, and I think that is done. Anyway. And border security up by 14. So it just boggles my mind. Deportations. Well, yeah. Okay. That shouldn't be like a major issue. It should be something, but it shouldn't be like one of the top issues. All right, so let's go back to some of the other stuff that I was looking at, which was in the, come on, internet, show up. I want to look at, I don't think that Pumpkinhead is going to be able to get the mail, the USPS to implement their voter ID information. There's already a lawsuit that's coming out, so I think that that's going to be stopped, and I don't think that they have enough time to implement it, although it's already in motion, right? The Supreme Court, oh my gosh, we don't want to go there, but let's go back to Scott Bess in trade and finances. Canada is, and to my Canada viewers, thank you for still sticking around, but they're pissed. Gloves off. I mean, it's... Oh, I guess I'm going to be reading these in reverse because I got the Fool card reversed in the Five of Cups. So it used to be this this journey that we're happy to go on. It's kind of foolish journey. Let's go on it. Let's just trust the universe. And now it's like we see where this journey is. It's an upside down journey, and we're mad. And this hurts, and this is, what's going on with everything in the U.S.? It just doesn't seem to make any sense. We're tearing apart all of our partnerships, but the prices of things, I feel it's going to be a taco. Let's just look. What is going on with Canadian tariff retaliation in the U.S. promoting this insane war? And I'll say it again, I didn't get in trouble last time. Canada, can you please make us a province? Would they even want us? Come on, we're not that bad. Psychic Duck will come along. Come on now. Oh my gosh. So let's just see. How is this trade war? Is it going to be prolonged? I'm really good at talking about wars. But the energy as it stands right now, it's Canada is like, no, this is what I get from an American side. Canada's just going, oh, hell no. We're not moving. Moving meaning we're not giving in. And the thing that drives me nuts with this is we import so much oil from Canada. And is it a wise thing that Mark Carney didn't include that in the retaliation to the stupidity of the U.S.? I don't know. I don't know. That would like kick oil prices But he's smart enough to look at the bigger picture of things. And, we have a new project coming out. Something new is coming into the picture. The U.S. as a Canadian province. Does that mean we'd get Labatt's beer down here? Okay, let's just look at Canadian-U.S. trade war. Yeah, we're standing. I don't know who this is. I'm thinking let me refocus my intention on this, because I think this is Canada standing strong, getting a little beat up. So how is Canada, one more shuffle, how is Canada going to react? What is the outcome of this? What is the outcome of this trade war that we're dealing with our neighbors, our friendly neighbors? They're running away, and not that they are running away. Maybe we are going to be running away. This is the Knight of Swords. This is fast-moving action, getting prepared. There is no steel here. Interesting. There is no sword in this card using Light Seer's Tarot. So it's like, and I love this COVID that is flying overhead. It looks like it is a raven. From the tail, it's wedged, waving, and a square crow. My wife taught me that. So this powerful COVID that's giving information to this Knight of Swords. So it feels like that Ace of Pentacles is going to be coming up. It's being challenged and crossed by lovers. The Lovers card, or is it enhanced with? Is this a lover's spat? Is it? I don't know. At the base of the reading, Ten of Swords. Yeah, we definitely stab somebody in the back. And Pumpkinhead has had it out for Canada. For what reason? I think it was because Obama came up with that trade deal between U.S., Canada, and Mexico. And then Pumpkinhead got in and said, I'm redoing it all to make it a much better deal. And he came out with the same deal. And then he tore that up. Yeah, we make our deals in pencils, in lead. In the past, as it relates, is the Judgment card. How's this going to work out? Someone's going to get judged. And then we have the High Priestess. Canada. Now, when I look at Canada from the U.S. point of view, from my point of view, Canada feels more divine feminine, and we feel more masculine. They feel, in my awareness of where the energy of the world is going to, and where we are fading away. Just my entertainment only. And the potential near future is we get the Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. So, please. So I think this High Priestess, as she weaves her magic, because she is the female magician card, as she weaves her magic, and there's some secrets that are there that can be used. And I think Mark Carney knows what they are. And we're going to be moving on to calmer waters. And it's with the help of these COVIDs that we pulled in the first card. Let me just keep going relatively quickly with this. We got a lot of confusion, and I think things are going to happen really, really fast. We have the Hanged Man. Oh, see, I got to talk to my cards. I think it was because I said Psychic Duck had its head in its sand. So now my cards are going, we're going to mess with you, Danny, a little bit. So I have the Eight of Wands, something coming really fast. And the final outcome I have suspension. Okay, Psychic Duck, I am really, really sorry. I was just kidding. So as we get something going really fast, the hopes and fears, something will happen really fast. This moving on to calmer waters is going to happen really fast, but there's a pause. Maybe this whole trade war is going to pause. I think I just heard yes. And we're going to look at it from a different point of view. Oops. The base of the deck is celebration. Yay. Clarifying this Hanged Man is the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, we're going to look at the differences balancing the trade deficit. And that's what this is, balancing your finances in a rocky sea, in rough water. But there is no water here. It feels like there's wind, and it feels like that the gray background gives me an icy, tundra-ish feel to it, which it is not Canada, but it does get pretty damn cold up there. And you get further up, yeah. So it feels like Canada is the one that is going to be moving the scales with this. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Abundance card, back up again. So this is really encouraging to me, that we are going to be moving out of this quagmire. I haven't said that word in a long time. So, base of the reading, we have celebration. We have Queen of Wands, new information. She looks like she's just having so much damn fun. We have the Ten of Cups, coming together in unity and family, my Democratic card. And at the base, we get the new beginning, the Ace of Pentacles, as we move forward with this. Wow. Thank you. See what happens when you apologize? Things start flowing right. All right, so let's look at the U.S. economy. Do I need to? So in the New York Times, it says, honeymoon over. Warsh under pressure as Fed weighs raising interest rates. So Trump put him in to lower interest rates. And he is just the head of it, but it is the Federal Reserve, is a group of, it's just not his decision. So he has a lot of influence. Let's just do a quick 6-card energy. How should we be looking at our finances today? 6 cards. How should we be looking at our finances today? When I was thinking of Dolly, and her giving a lot of her money away. And I heard something on the news where it was she gives her money away versus hoarding it. I don't know if that's true or not, but she did give a lot of it away. How many of y'all been to Dollywood? I've never been. Dollywood. Okay, U.S. economy. Well, you know, my brain always goes there. Queen of Cups. And here's what I get with the image of this card, the Queen of Cups. So this isn't a financial card. This is a calming, meditative card. This is like, hang on. Hang on. Just wait. Breathe. I know things are tough. I know things are hard. Breathe. Drop halfway into water. Meditate. Put your intentions in there. And I hear some of y'all going, it's mainly Psychic Duck. Meditate my ass, I'm hungry. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. And it's being challenged, covered by isolation, hermit. So, and it's also shining a light on the situation. We know the situation, but some of these people that are still supporting this administration, which I do not get. I mean, do we have that many racists in our country that are saying this is good? Yeah, I want deportations on the list of 12 important issues for the U.S. My hillbilly brother down in Missouri, I can say Missouri because I'm from Missouri, he says we should have no borders. And I'm thinking, what have you been smoking, brother? Anyway, yeah, no borders. So if we had no borders, the three major issues that the Republicans are now leading would be gone. Deportations. Why are you deporting them? Why are you deporting them? There's no borders. Where are you going to... Okay. Immigration. No, you don't need it. There's no borders. And then the other one that would still be true was crime and punishment. And that's just stupid with the Republicans who they've elected. Did I talk about the Epstein files yet? We cannot let that go for the victims. There's so much spaghetti, some people call it ketchup, being thrown up against the wall that we can easily lose focus on some of the criminality that's been going on. Yep. And thank you, Supreme Court. Okay, getting back to the finances. Yikes, U.S. finances. Queen of Cups, the Hermit. It's going to be a little lonely. It's going to be a little solitary. You're maybe not going to be able to go out and party it up like you used to. At the base of the reading is the Three of Cups. This is celebration. So it's still there. We still have that. In the past, we have Pumpkinhead, the King of Pentacles. In the potential near future, wow, we have the Page of Wands. Something new is coming. Some new information is coming. Yeah, we're spending too much money on our debt. We are not, and it's not so much, taxing the billionaires. I mean, it's not so much that, but it's having them share in the dreams of the U.S. where everybody can succeed. And if they succeeded by making $1 billion, I mean, Psychic Duck is a trillionaire. Not many people know that. I'm sorry, I let it out, didn't I? Okay, forget I said that. But, Psychic Duck, she, he, them, gives away so much money in partnership with Dolly. Okay. And then we have strength. This is a really interesting spread. So, does it mean that we're going to need strength to move on? Possibly. It means that, but there's a newness coming. There's the figure eight is bringing forth something new to this equation, and this isn't strength through tariffs. This is strength through lamb energy, peaceful, calming energy. So I think that that's where this is going. However, that's in the potential future. In the here and now, it's hold on. It's get a little quiet. Interesting that none of these cards, except in the past, is a pentacle, is of the earth. We have water, information, and two major arcanas. So there's a big change coming, especially with this strength card. So, yeah. I remember doing world news, reading about the economy and about how the corporations are going to have to start giving money for social welfare. That they're going to have to give more money. I mean, the theory of Reagan economics was let the rich people get richer and then they will share their wealth. That hasn't happened. But let me just throw that out as a 6 cards on that. Are the mega rich going to start stepping up their public givings? Mackenzie Scott, another angel, with her finances. I don't know anything about her. Will the mega rich and the mega rich corporations, Facebook just got, not Facebook, yeah, Meta has to pay up to $17 billion in a settlement to, because they said that teenagers got addicted to their social media. How about us old people that are addicted to their social media? I'm trying to turn off the news last night before I go to bed, and I go, oh, let me just watch one more. Velshi's got something to say. I do like Velshi. Lawrence O'Donnell puts me to sleep. Kind of like some of my journeys. I really liked your journey, but it put me to sleep. And it's good. We need to sleep. So, okay. What to know about the social media addiction trials? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Last card I'm going to pull. What is the mega rich? Are they going to start stepping up publicly and put more of a face on their charitable givings? Walking away from sorrow, Three of Pentacles, working together. This could be, it's not Russian money. It's working together for something. At the base of the reading is harmony, peace, love, Ten of Cups, rainbows. In the past, that's influencing this is temperance. It's bringing a balance to things. At the top of the reading is the addiction card. No, I gotta hang on to it. And the potential near future for this is the Page of Pentacles. It's new energy. It's standing on one foot, so it's not really balanced. It's not really secure. It's not like the Strength card. It's like, yeah, we might start doing that. It really feels like it from everything but the Devil card, the addiction card, that is still manipulating things. So the old way is still manipulating. One more. I said I wasn't going to go there, but I am. How do we deal with this manipulation card in our day-to-day lives as we're waiting for us to be sitting on the Ten of Cups rainbow, swinging? How do we deal with the addictions? How do we deal with letting go of? So when I said something in the very beginning about Dolly not hanging on to her money and saving it for something. So that's the addiction. Oh my gosh, I'm going to need it for something else versus right now. I think that's the fear, and that's the addiction of holding on to our finances. Well, I need to make sure that my security is met in the future. I need to make sure that, I can still drive my yacht when I want to. I think it's that kind of holding on to. How do we deal with this until we can let go of that addiction quality? How do we deal with it? Secrets being revealed? Okay, but how do we deal with it? To me, this is drop underwater. Easy for me to say because I love being underwater. It's kind of not being on the surface, not getting that. It feels like a more therapeutic bath type thing with this. And there's some craziness going on the surface, and we're underneath the surface a little bit. Find your community. Still standing. It's tough. It's not going to be easy with this Nine of Wands. It's like, man, we're getting beat up. In the past, there's information that's coming out that it's going to be okay, that's going to change the trajectory as long as this person catches it. At the top of the reading, walking away from sorrow. Walking to a new dawn. And then we have security, the Nine of Pentacles. How do we deal with this? Find your community, find your tribe. With this moon card, don't pay attention to the crazy wolves howling at the moon. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Stay underwater a little bit and walk towards a brighter future. We've got this. It's coming, but look at that. Ugh. We're behind this fence. It's not quite there, but we've got the energy to make it happen. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. That's it. Peace and love.